Oh,
We were
God.
married a long time before we had babies.
Yeah.
I'm taping just because you guys are being so cute right now. I figured they should see this.
Yeah, we did have, the boys are 9 months old, and let's just say it was stress city for that 9 months. And we had, the boys had just gone to eating solid food or out of a bottle. And the bottles had to be warmed up. And there were some very empty tummies when those bottles were warming up. So we had 2 sirens going off simultaneously. And after Kip had a rather sleepless night, and the boys made it very clear they were hungry, and the bottles finally warmed up, and we got the bottles in their mouth, the phone rings. Some friends of ours called from St. Paul. They said, "How's it going?" And we just,
We pretty much dumped on them.
yeah,
This is, and just told them all that, we didn't have any sleep and, it just was, we just didn't know what we're doing and da-da-da-da-da, and, this is really hard and
why
all
don't
of
parents
these-
tell you about these
Yeah,
things?
nobody
My
tells
God,
you about this
Nobody to
stuff.
have kids, And so we just dumped on them, and they said, "Oh, okay." They hung up, and they told us later they were calling us to tell us that she was pregnant.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But then, you'd go in and you'd watch them sleep and they'd look so beautiful. That was pretty amazing. So,
And, well, we were going to talk about their common language.
oh yeah. One of the things that was really cool about them, I did, there's a twins club and about their having a common language, it was really neat to see that. They didn't talk until they were, well, that we could understand until they were,
3?
well,
Two and a
it was at least 2.5 probably where we really could understand. But, way earlier than that, we could see that they were talking to each other. And I figured out that they were calling each other. They would call each other Sha. They would learn, they would get each other's attention. Sha, Sha, And, and they would babble to each other all the time. It was just really fun to see that, how they would talk to each other. And we do have that on tape, and I think they have
They
seen
would
that.
love to go
so.
into my office where the bookshelves were close to the ground, and they would pick up a book out of the bookcase, and they were standing there in their diapers looking at each other, and they would talk to each other, Shaw! And they'd throw the book on the ground, and then they all laugh, and then they grab another book and they do the same thing, and they kept doing that till all the books are gone.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And it's really pretty amazing, just when you wait for a long time to have children, and then you have 2 at the same time. And I always would feel bad about that there was never enough time to just spend with one, to just take care of this one baby and to just spend all your attention on that one baby. But it was really cool having the 2 of them. And I always think that I would have been a really terrible mother to just one baby because I read all the books and I was going to do everything perfectly. And I was going to be like this perfect mom. And I would have raised a really awful child.
Of course, we thought that the
I didn't have time to spoil them or,
we thought that our parents would be a great advantage when our children were born. And so they all came down, they wanted to see the twins, they came to the hospital, they looked at them in the hospital, they were all excited. We were all excited, but Kip and I didn't know anything about kids. So we got them home. And my
You
mother's
didn't know
there.
anything. I read all the books.
So I didn't read anything. I just figured we'd figure it out. So, you know, my parents come down, Kip's parents are down, and my mother's holding Josh. And all of a sudden, Josh starts to cry. And she looks at Josh, she looks at me, and she goes, "Here!" And I'm going like, "Oh, I'm in trouble. If you don't know what to do, I'm in big, deep trouble."
We figured it out.
Yeah. It is absolutely the most special thing to have two at a time. But it's also the most challenging.
I always said I was really glad it wasn't 3 because I had 2 arms. I could carry him around. Oh, they're crying.
So good thing Tigan waited.
Yeah, good thing. And he was perfect. I mean, he just sort of figured out that he had to kind of fit in.
We'll have to save that for Tigan's tape.
Right.
He was perfect.
He was a perfect baby. I mean, he really was. He was just like the most easy baby in the wide world.